We were never Latinx, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. We was none of that. We was never none of that. We was never Tainos. We was never none of that, bro. If you really want to dig deep, we're the people that the Bible speak of. If you really want to dig deep.
What you see is the truth. It took all of this to prove to you that we are still here. We are not going nowhere. You are watching this in the red box. Understand the circumstances, struggle, understand the generation of our people. This is hard. Trying to erase our people, but we're still here. In the land. We're on the trail of truth. We're right from San Francisco to D.C. Expect us or expect us. Trail of truth. Stand back. 300 pounds, 300 political prisoners. Okay, we're moving.
This world, one indigenous group or another has once lived there before for thousands and thousands of years. None of them was seen to respect.
Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Chad, Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Chad, Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Chad. Call Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakadash. Shalom, brothers and sisters. You saw what I saw? We're seeing the rise of the tribe of Gad. Alright, if you see this channel, this is the brother from the GMS. Get this work too. Sign up if you don't got it. This brother gives up a lot of great lessons. And what did we just see here? The tribe of Gad is waking up, which is biblical prophecy. Okay? Fair Use Act. This is not my channel. I'm using it for purposes of educational. Okay? Fair use. So we have to understand what's happening as we speak. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakidash, and Yahweh being the name of the Lord, not Jehovah or God or Yah or Ahaya. It's Yahweh, the creator of all, the Ancient of Days. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahushai is the one you guys call Jesus or the Christ, English speaking. And we give double honors to our elders in GMS where we learned this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down on the highways and byways, giving the 100% truth. Shalom to you. So, do you know what time it is, brothers and sisters? You know what time it is. Shalom to the elect of the house of David. Shalom to the speckled birds or among the heathen nations. You know what time it is when God is screaming his war cry. Okay, brothers and sisters? This is Joel chapter 2 verse 27. And ye shall know that I'm in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. And that's what we're proclaiming. We're not ashamed that our God is the God of Israel and none else. That he's our God. He's not your God. They lied to you. All right? Your forefathers inherited lies. If you're not black, Hispanic, and Native American, and you're calling yourself a so-called Christian or Baptist or Catholic, you've been lied to. Okay? Join the club. And what's coming next is what the Bible describes as prophecy. And in this chapter, the book of Joel, the origins is talking about what? Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, in Israel. So this whole chapter is talking about the nation of Israel, even though you hear terms like whosoever, yeah, and you hear all, yeah, the topic is Israel. So let's go to the next verse, the promise of the Spirit. Remember, this is written to Israel. The promise of the Spirit. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my Spirit upon all flesh. Now, the topic is Israel. When they're saying all, does it mean all? Or is it talking about all of Israel? And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and handmaids in those days will I pour out my Spirit. Why? Because our people are slaves in this last captivity. That's what he's talking about. Because we are servants and handmaids to these people. That's what's happening as we speak. That Spirit is coming out. And these people are utterly afraid because they know what time it is, man. And Gad was one of the last tribes, man, to wake up. But this is the time we're in, brothers and sisters, that a lot of these people have no idea. We'll just read that as well, too, all the way down. The day of the Lord, and I will show wonders in the heavens and the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke, which is coming. The sun shall be turned to darkness and the moon into blood. We've had many eclipses. We just had one not too long ago, South America, before the great and terrible day of the Lord cometh. This is verse 32. This is a very important one because it's reiterating what is being said at the beginning of the chapter and is reiterating once again. Joel chapter 2 verse 32. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord. And this is where a lot of Christians will say, whosoever is everybody. But remember, this is reiterated in Acts chapter 2. And the whosoever in this chapter is talking about the nation of Israel. This is a Hebraic term uttered in the whole Bible. The whosoever has always been Israel. Okay? And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord. And not everybody knows the name of the Lord. Okay, you brothers and sisters that have been following diligently the elders of the great millstone know the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So again, not everybody knows the name also. Shall be delivered, for in Mount Zion, it's code name for Israel, and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance. Now, anybody else hear anybody else being mentioned here? Zion and Jerusalem. These are code names. Okay? There's nobody else being mentioned here. Okay? For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance. That's who's being delivered. Okay? Northern and southern kingdom, or southern and northern kingdom of the nation of Israel, all 12 tribes. As Yahweh has said, and in the remnant who the Lord shall call. Who is he calling? His children once again, brothers and sisters. We in that time. These people don't know what time it is. Let's go to Isaiah to prove these things. We got to prove all things. Isaiah 11 and 11. And what's the name of this chapter here? Or this verse? The restored remnant. Because what? The nation of Israel is peppered all over the world among all nations. Even though they look like all nations, they are not those nations. Okay? Isaiah 11 and 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand a second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, from Egypt, and Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea, right? England, Ireland, Jamaica, Cuba, Australia, New Zealand. Those are all islands, brothers and sisters. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel. When you hear about the Gentiles, that's talking about the outcast, brothers and sisters. That's what Paul was going to. Okay? The uncircumcised of the nation of Israel, the outcast. And gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart. And Ephraim is the head of the northern kingdom. Okay? You just saw so-called Gadites from the northern kingdom with that war cry. The envy of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. That hatred that we had, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans among these, that's all going to melt away because our Father has determined that our time in our captivity is coming to an end. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom. Okay? Edom. So-called Caucasian people. Okay? That's who the Edomites are in the Bible. The Edom means red. The red people. The people without any pigment. Those red people. Right? And don't get it mistaken. There's some of our people look like that. But not all of them. And Moab and the children of Ammon shall obey them. And the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea. And with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the 7 streams, and make them go over dry shod. And there shall be a highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in that day that he came out of the land of Egypt. The Lord saith. Okay? The Lord saith. Who said it? In that day that the Lord shall set his hand again a second time. So this is all being done by the Lord, brothers and sisters. Know that this is prophecy unfolding as we speak. War, famine, drought, civil unrest is coming. Prepare your spirits, because the time of the fishers is coming to an end. And the time of the hunters is at hand, brothers and sisters. You know what time it is, man.
Really want to dig deep. We're the people that the Bible speak of. If you really want to dig deep.
Oh,
famous verse. Genesis 49:19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. So the time has come that all 12 tribes are waking up, that the Lord is pouring our spirit once again. And the last days, brothers and sisters, is our beautiful days. Prophets have wanted to see these days. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakadash. We give double honors to the elders of GMS. And shalom to the brothers and sisters laboring day and night. He that have eyes that see, he that have ears that hear. Shalom.